Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into the incredible speed and just how broad AI's impact is becoming. You see it everywhere, from the most advanced labs building the future right down to global challenges and even the tools you use every day. AI is just fundamentally reshaping things and incredibly quickly. So our mission here is to pull out the key insights from some really interesting recent developments. We've got sources that show AI transforming industries, think new computer chips, fighting major diseases, protecting wildlife, boosting farming, and even changing how we use something as common as a PDF. We want to give you that shortcut to being informed, packed with, well, surprising facts and what it actually means for you. So, yeah, let's unpack this.
It really is remarkable, isn't it? We're seeing AI move past just theory. It's in real applications, making a difference almost, well, daily.
Absolutely. And when we talk AI, we kind of have to start with the engine room, right? The chips. We've got some big news from NVIDIA that really sets the stage for how hardware is pushing AI forward. They're rolling out a powerful new AI chip, the B30A.
Ah, yes, built on their Blackwell architecture. That's the cutting edge.
Exactly. And this B30A, it's got a single die layout, high bandwidth memory, NVLink for faster data transfer. The works. It's hotly set to outperform their current top AI chip, the H20. And get this, samples are heading to Chinese clients possibly as soon as next month.
Wow, okay.
Beyond just speed, what's the real importance of those specific features, like the single die layout for AI?
Well, that single die layout combined with the high bandwidth memory and NVLink, it's all about minimizing delay latency and maximizing how much data you can push through.
Yeah.
For AI, especially complex models, that's crucial. You need to process massive amounts of data incredibly quickly and efficiently.
Got it. So it makes the processing much smoother.
Exactly. It lets NVIDIA really consolidate computing power, sets a new benchmark, really, for high-performance AI, especially as different global markets have different needs. And speaking of different needs, they're also launching the RTX 6000D soon, right?
Yeah.
In September. Yeah, that one's interesting. It's a professional GPU, but tailored specifically for AI inference and designed to fit within U.S. export rules.
So sort of a targeted approach.
Definitely. It shows they understand they need custom solutions for different regions, different regulations.
That really highlights the complex environment they're operating in. And speaking of complex, let's look at NVIDIA's finances for a sec. Their stock ticked up a little, like 0.3% after this news. But CEO Jensen Huang also sold some shares. It was under a pre-approved plan, though.
Right.
So for you, the listener, maybe watching the markets, how do you interpret that? A CEO selling shares when AI is booming, but also under regulatory watch?
Yeah, that's always a tricky one. It raises that question. Is it about confidence or just routine financial planning? Often when a CEO sells under one of those plans, a 10b5-1 plan, it's been set up way in advance. It's about diversifying their own assets, not necessarily a sudden loss of faith.
Okay, so not always a red flag.
Not necessarily. But in a market like AI, which is so hot and heavily scrutinized, companies like NVIDIA are really under pressure to be clear about why executives are selling. What's really fascinating here is seeing them balance this huge demand for their tech, the rapid pace of innovation, and these tricky international trade rules that affect everything. It's a real balancing act.
Very delicate dance, for sure. Okay, so we've looked at the hardware, the engine. Let's shift gears now to how AI is being used to tackle some major global problems. And a really big one is this new initiative from Bill Gates.
Ah, the Alzheimer's Prize?
Exactly. Gates Ventures has put up $1 million for an AI Alzheimer's Prize. The goal isn't just the money. It's about using AI, specifically AI, with reasoning abilities to sift through decades of research data on Alzheimer's, trying to find new connections.
And the really groundbreaking part, the commitment to open science.
Tell us more about that.
Well, any winning solutions, the AI models, they'll be shared openly on the Alzheimer's Disease Data Initiative platform. That could massively speed up discovery. You're breaking down those traditional research silos where everyone keeps their data close. This could potentially shave years off the process.
That sounds incredibly promising. When does it kick off?
It actually opened today, August 19th, 2025.
Yeah.
The first rounds are in San Diego this December, and then the finals are set for Copenhagen in March 2026.
Wow. So this open collaboration model, could it really change how we tackle big diseases?
I think it genuinely could. This raises an important question about how we approach scientific discovery in the age of AI. Openness can be a powerful catalyst.
Have we seen this kind of open model work well elsewhere? Any lessons for AI in health?
Oh, absolutely. Think about the Human Genome Project. That was fundamentally collaborative, open science. It laid the groundwork for countless discoveries later on. Or even, the open source software movement. That's driven innovation everywhere. The lesson here, I think, is that when you remove those proprietary walls and let lots of smart people build on shared knowledge, innovation just happens faster. You get quicker testing, quicker validation, quicker solutions to tough problems like Alzheimer's.
That's a great parallel.
Yeah.
And it seems AI's impact isn't just limited to human health. We're seeing it pop up in environmental conservation too, like this project in India.
Yes, that's a fascinating one.
It's IIT Indore working
Yeah.
with SFRI Jabalpur. They're deploying an AI sensor system in Madhya Pradesh, and the purpose is critical,
Hmm.
detecting big cats, tigers, leopards near roads and railways to try and cut down on those awful collisions between wildlife and vehicles or trains.
Yeah, this is really a pioneering fusion, isn't it? Conservation meets AI monitoring. The tech itself is smart. It uses edge computing.
Meaning the processing happens right there.
Exactly. On the device itself, that's vital for getting real-time alerts out in remote areas where you might not have great connectivity back to the cloud.
Makes sense.
And it's powered by solar or batteries, so it's self-sufficient out there. If you connect this to the bigger picture, it really shows AI's potential for helping us manage ecosystems better, giving conservationists tools to proactively protect animals in areas where human activity is encroaching.
So we've covered the chips, the grand challenges,
Hmm.
but AI is also filtering down into everyday life, everyday industries. Let's touch on agriculture first.
Right, another area seeing significant AI development.
Researchers at ALA Allahabad have developed this AI model, CVGG16. It's designed specifically for detecting crop diseases. And the accuracy they're reporting is pretty impressive, 97.25% for diseases in crops like maize and potatoes. That feels like it could be huge for farmers.
Oh, definitely. And what stands out here is how integrated the system is. It's not just looking at pictures of leaves, it combines deep learning with IoT, the Internet of Things, and something called federated learning.
Okay, break that down a bit.
So it pulls in data from sensors in the field, think soil moisture, temperature, along with the images of the leaves, gives a much fuller picture of the plant's health.
Ah, I see. Context is key.
Exactly. And the federated learning part is important for privacy. It means the AI learns on the farmer's device, or locally, rather than sending all that potentially sensitive farm data to a central server.
That's clever. Farmers would appreciate that.
For sure. Plus, they designed it to be farmer-friendly. Mobile access, support for regional languages. It's about making this powerful tech actually usable for the people on the ground. This is more than just saving crops. It's potentially empowering farmers with tools for more resilient farming, which has implications for food security too.
It really does sound fantastic.
Right.
But what are the hurdles getting this kind of tech widely adopted, especially maybe in regions without great infrastructure?
That's a really good question. Infrastructure is definitely a challenge. You need reliable internet sometimes, consistent power, especially in rural areas. And then there's the cost, obviously, and the need for training. Farmers need to be comfortable using these digital tools. But the way CVGG16 is designed with that on-device learning, the mobile supported actually tackles some of those issues head-on. It's potentially easier to adopt than systems that need constant cloud connection. It's about chipping away at those barriers.
Makes sense. Okay, one more everyday example, and this is one almost everyone uses, the PDF. Adobe's making some big AI-driven changes here.
Yeah, this is quite a shift for such a standard format.
Adobe themselves are calling it their most significant shift in 32 years. They've launched Acrobat Studio. Essentially, it uses generative AI to let you interact with PDFs differently. They talk about PDF spaces, uploading multiple documents, getting help from a chatbot. It's making the PDF less static.
Exactly. It moves the PDF from just, something you read passively to something dynamic you can interact with using AI. So for you, the user, this could really change things. Think about productivity, how you get information. Imagine not just reading a report, but asking the PDF questions. Summarize this section, or what are the key findings about X? Or even uploading several related PDFs and asking an AI chat to compare information across them.
Wow, okay. That would be useful.
It turns that passive reading into a much more active, intuitive conversation with your document.
So let's try and pull this all together. We've gone from the tiny chips powering everything to huge global challenges like Alzheimer's and conservation, and right down to farming and, well, the humble PDF. The range and the speed are just incredible. So what does this all mean?
I think the key takeaway is that AI isn't just one thing. It's incredibly versatile. It's a tool being adapted and applied to just an astonishing range of problems and opportunities. And as you said, the pace is breakneck. What we discussed today shows it's moving fast out of the labs and into literally every part of our lives, big and small.
It really is transformative, isn't it? So maybe a final thought for our listeners. As you think about AI getting better and better at handling massive data and interacting with us like we've seen in these examples, how might that fundamentally change our relationship with knowledge itself? How we find it, how we understand it, how we actually use it in this super connected world.